Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about a very valuable part in database analysis and design that we have used in our assignment 1. I am Sandith Gunavikrama and currently an undergraduate at Swinburne University of Technology. Hope you enjoy the presentation. Today we are going to discuss about multi-valued attributes. Before moving on to the topic, let's discuss about your college classroom. One of your friends can be a good dancer and also a singer. And some other friend can be a good in playing cricket as well as swimming. So it seems to be like many of your friends in classroom have many skills. Let's move on to our assignment question. This is a part of the ERD diagram that they have given in our assignment. Let's have a look at this entity called supervisor. It has four attributes called supervisor ID, which is the primary key, and supervisor name, supervisor gender, and also expert area. Now you can see that I have put a curly bracket to the expert area attribute. In this case also many of the supervisors have many expert areas. One is expert in marketing as well as negotiating. And also another one is expert in counseling as well as auditing. So this attribute has many values. That is why it is called as multi-valued attribute. And in entity relationship diagrams, those kind of attributes are represented inside curly brackets. So this is the table looks like according to the previous ERD. Sue is expert in both counseling and negotiation. When we are going to enter the data to the table, we need to enter the Sue's details 2 times. On that case, supervisor ID 71 get repeated because primary keys needs to be unique. So this case lead to a unique constraint fail on the primary key. So what we can do? I have previously told in our classroom story, there are many students have many skills. In this case also many supervisor has many expert areas. So it seems to be like this can convert as a many to many relationship. So after converting to the many to ERD to the many to many relationship, it looks like this. Expert area becomes another entity. So we can expand this ERD and it will become 3 entities. There are 3 entities called supervisor, supervisor expertise, and expert area. Expert area becomes another new entity. In this cases, this expert area entity is called as characteristic entity and it has only one key attribute. We use that characteristic entity as a foreign key constraint for this our supervisor expertise table. And there are new weak entity has generated between supervisor and expert area that is known as supervisor expertise. It has two borrowed identities which are supervisor ID and category. So those two becomes the composite primary key to the supervisor expertise entity. That is why this is called as weak entity. So supervisor expertise is the child table in here and parent tables are supervisor and expert area. So this is the relational schema for our newly expanded entity relationship diagram. Supervisor has only 3 attributes. The primary key is the supervisor ID. Characteristic entity has only one key attribute called category, and supervisor expertise, the weak entity, has 2 attributes, and foreign keys are supervisor ID and category. So these are the create table statement that we use to create the database according to this our new ERD. First we have to create the supervisor table and expertise table because they are parent tables. Uh, Supervisor expertise is a child table in here. Child cannot exist without parents. So they are before creating the child table, we have to create the parent table. So after creating those 3 tables, our database looks like this. Now supervisor ID is not repeating. So primary key uniqueness has not failed. And there's a new multi-valued new characteristic entity table called category and new weak entity table called supervisor ID and category. So that's all for our presentation today and hope you enjoy the presentation. Thank you very much.